Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram. Sit properly. Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Om Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Sit properly. Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Sit properly. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Rama Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Oh, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Om Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Sit properly. Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, 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 Ram, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Ram, Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Oh, Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Ram, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram. Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Sit properly. Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Oh, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna. Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram.
Govinda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Givaradari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Shri Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasari Gaura Bhakta-vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Govardhana Radha Govardhana Shri Radhe Radha Govardhana Shri Radhe Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Giri Govardhan Krishna Balaram Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Krishna Balaram Jaya Giri Govardhan Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Jaya Gaurani Tai Jai Jai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jai Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jai Prabhupada Jaya Jai Gurudev 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 Jai Jai Gurudev Jai Om Vishnu Pad Paramahamsa Parapachakachara Shila Astutar His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Shila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prem Se Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to the simple devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Shri Prabhupada, Shri Prabhupada Ki Jai. Pancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So, Hare Krishna, everyone. Good morning. So today we are reading, if someone could please put Prabhupada's book on the verse 3:12:28 and his glasses, please. Thank you. Pete Prabhu. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, entitled The Status Quo, and we're reading from chapter 12, which is entitled Creation of the Kumaras and Others. So this chapter is talking about Brahma and his when he's creating the living entities, and we are reading from text 28. Pacham duhitaram tanvim Pacham duhitaram tanvim Swayambhur haratim manaha Akamam chakamekshata Sakama iti na shrutam Pacham duhitaram tanvim Swayambhur haratim manaha Akamam chakamekshata Sakama iti na shrutam. Prabhus. Pacharam Swayambhur harati manaha Akamam chakamekshata Sakama iti na shrutam. Pacham duhitaram tanvim Swayambhur hariti manaha Akamam chakamekshata Sakama iti na shrutam. Ladies. Pacham duhitaram tanvim Swayambhurharati manaha akamam chakamekshata sakama iti na shrutam Vacham duhitaram tanvim Swayambhurhariti manaha akamam chakamekshata sakama iti na shrutam. Word for word. Vacham, Vak. Duhitaram, unto the daughter. Tanvim, born of his body. Swayambhu, Brahma. Haratim, attracting. Manaha, his mind. Akamam, without being sexually inclined. Chakame, desired. Shataha, O Vidura. Sakamaha, being sexually inclined. Iti, thus. Na, we. Shrutam, have heard. Translation. O Vidura, we have heard that Brahma had a daughter named Vak, who was born from his body and who attracted his mind towards sex, although she was not sexually inclined towards him. Please repeat. O Vidura, we have heard that Brahma had a daughter named Vak, who was born from his body and who attracted his mind toward sex. Although she was not sexually inclined towards him. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Balavan Indriya Gramo Vidvam Sam Api Karshati, from Bhagavatam 9:19-17. It is said that the senses are so mad and strong that they can bewilder even the most sensible and learned man. Therefore, it is advised that one should not indulge in living alone, even with one's mother, sister, or daughter. Vidvam sam api karshati means that even the most learned also become victims of the sensuous urge. Maitreya hesitated to state this anomaly on the part of Brahma, who was sexually inclined to his own daughter, but still he mentioned it because sometimes it so happens, and the living example is Brahma himself, although he is the primeval living being and the most learned within the whole universe. If Brahma could be a victim of the sexual urge, then what to speak of others who are prone to so many mundane frailties? This extraordinary immorality on the part of Brahma was heard to have occurred in some particular kalpa, but it could not have happened in the kalpa in which Brahma heard directly from the Lord the 4 essential verses of Srimad Bhagavatam, because the Lord benedicted Brahma after giving him lessons on the Bhagavatam that he would never be bewildered in any kalpa whatsoever. This indicates that before the hearing of Srimad Bhagavatam, he might have fallen a victim to such sensuality, but after hearing Srimad Bhagavatam directly from the Lord, there was no possibility of such failures. One should, however, take serious note of this incident. The human being is a social animal, and his unrestricted mixing with the fair sex leads to downfall. Such social freedom of man and woman, especially among the younger section, is certainly a great stumbling block on the path of spiritual progress. Material bondage is due only to sexual bondage, and therefore unrestricted association of man and woman is surely a great impediment. Maitreya cited this example on the part of Brahma just to bring to our notice this great danger. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Srimate Priya Krishna Goswami Namini. Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasad Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Namini. Namaste Saraswati Devi. So I seek the blessings from all the devotees that I can speak something that will be beneficial to all of us, especially to myself. And I'm speaking here for my own self-purification. And I'll try to repeat what I have heard from the previous teachers, disciples of Srila Prabhupada, the Acharyas, and from my own reading and hearing. So in this purport, Prabhupada mentions here how Vidura, in this chapter, Vidura's being instructed by Maitreya Muni. And it said there that Maitreya, he hesitated to mention this anomaly on the part of Brahma. So before we begin, we need to understand that who is Brahma, that he is an empowered representative of the Supreme Lord. So that's why Maitreya was hesitating to mention this, but he did mention it because he's showing us that even such a great personality as Lord Brahma can fall victim to sexual attraction, so what to speak of us? So he's really stressing the importance of being very careful in how we associate with the opposite sex, and that we keep Krishna in the center. So we understand from Bhagavad Gita that the resting place of lust is the mind, and who knows the other two resting places of lust? The mind, the senses, and the heart. So we always have a choice. It says that above the mind is the intelligence, and above the intelligence is the soul. So in this case, in Bhagavatam, we are learning from great personalities how Lord Brahma became attracted to his own daughter, his own flesh and blood. So we can see that incest even happened at that time. And it's mentioned there in the purport that the senses are mad and strong, and they can even bewilder the most sensible and learned man. So Lord Brahma, he wasn't an ordinary man, a personality, because he even recited the Brahma Samhita that we, Prabhupada, he got us to sing when we are greeting the Lords, we sing the Brahma Samhita prayers, some of the prayers. And it says here that the mind can make us victims of the sensuous urge, and this is a great danger. So when we have our eyes, we have our nose and sense of touch. So the nature of the living entities is that we want to enjoy, but because we as eternal souls are also, we have this enjoying propensity. We are eternal, full of bliss, and what's the third one? Yeah, all knowledge. So because we have this bliss propensity, we want to enjoy. So it's not that there's anything wrong with enjoying, but we need to understand that we need to enjoy it in relationship with Krishna, when Krishna is the center. So I often listen to, one of the speakers I listen to online is His Holiness Swayam Bhagwan Keshava Maharaj, and he often likes to quote this verse, and it's a satire of the mind, and it's about the drunken monkey. Markatasya surapana madhye vrushchikadam shanam tanmadhye bhuta sancharo yadva tadva bhavishyati. It says the monkey is fickle by nature. So whoever has been to India can see how, first-hand experience, how monkeys can be so mischievous. They steal your glasses and they steal whatever food you have. You have to be so tricky to try to hide it from the monkey. Then he says that the monkey got drunk. So he took alcohol and he got drunk. So that's even worse. A monkey with its nature and it's drunk. And then he says, then it gets stung by a scorpion. So if someone's stung by even we have this experience in Australia, the fire ant. I'm not sure, I've been bitten by a fire ant, and it's painful, and you're jumping up and down. So he got bitten by a scorpion, and then he was possessed by a ghost. So this is a description of how the mind is like that. And just in a recent class, I was listening to Maharaj, Swayam Bhagwan Keshava Maharaj, and he was saying one day he went to the temple in London, and then he was going home. So he took the subway, and he was going to catch the train, and he was going down the escalator, and this random thought came in his mind: what if I push that person in front of me? And he, someone of his caliber, and he's thinking, where did this thought come from, And he's showing his example in his humility. He's revealing that even not that, a great personality like him, he's revealing that we should understand that we shouldn't become despondent. The mind is of that nature. The mind is like that. But in the human form of life, we have this ability to discriminate, to choose what is right and what is wrong. So we don't act upon that, whatever thought that comes. So we tolerate the urges of the senses, and we engage in Krishna's service. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:31-37 purport, it says there that attracted by the spell of Maya in the form of a woman. So it's saying throughout the entire material world, beginning from Brahma down to the small insignificant creatures like the ant, everyone is attracted by sex life. That is the basic principle of this material world. Lord Brahma's being attracted by his daughter is the vivid example that no one is exempt from sexual attraction to woman. Therefore, woman is the wonderful creation of Maya to keep the conditioned soul in shackles. So it's not that it's just a danger for man that he's attracted to a woman. It's also referring to women attracted to the form of a man, so whatever type of a man or woman is attracted to. Some may like a big-built man, and whatever it may be. It's referring to the living entity's attraction to the opposite sex, and these days also the same sex. So also in Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 31, text 36, it's saying that Lord Brahma, so in the translation it says, at the sight of his own daughter, Brahma was bewildered by her charms and shamelessly ran up to her in the form of a stag when she took the form of a hind. In the purport, Lord Brahma being captivated by the charms of his daughter, and Lord Shiva's being captivated by the Mohini form of the Lord, are specific instances which instruct us that even great demigods like Brahma and Lord Shiva, what to speak of the ordinary conditioned soul, are captivated by the beauty of women. Therefore, everyone is advised that one should not mix freely even with one's daughter, mother, or sister, because the senses are so strong that when one becomes infatuated, the senses do not consider the relationship of daughter, mother, or sister. It is best, therefore, to practice controlling the senses by performing bhakti yoga, engaging in the service of Madan Mohan. Lord Krishna's name is Madan Mohan, for he can subdue the god Cupid or lust. Only by engaging in the service of Madan Mohan can one curb the dictates of Madan Cupid. Otherwise, attempts to control the senses will fail. So we see that Gnanis, they try to control the senses by meditating. They sit in a meditative posture, and then they're meditating. But without any tinge of devotional service, they can't. It's not sustainable. And the only way we can sustainably control our senses is by engaging in devotional service and chanting the holy names of the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So the holy names of the Lord are non-different from Him. Even in other scriptures like the Bible, it says, hallowed be thy name. So the holy name of the Lord is non-different from the Lord Himself. And by chanting His names and eating foodstuffs that are offered to the Lord, the Krishna Prasadam, blessed food, then our heart and our mind becomes purified. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 6, Sankhya Yoga, text 34, it says there that the mind is chanchalam. It's always flickering, going here and there. Even when we're engaged in service or even when we're in class, sometimes a thought may come, what am I going to do in the afternoon, or different thoughts come. And in the translation it says there that for the mind is restless, turbulent, obstinate, and very strong, O Krishna. Arjuna is speaking to Krishna, and to subdue it is, it seems to me, more difficult than controlling the wind. So we understand that it's practically impossible to capture the wind. So Arjuna himself is saying how difficult it is. And Arjuna wasn't, he was a Kshatriya by nature, he was a warrior. So for modern times in the purport, it's saying, what about for us, modern man? And Prabhupada further states in the purport, the easiest way to control the mind, as suggested by Lord Caitanya, is chanting Hare Krishna, the great mantra for deliverance in all humility. The method prescribed is Sarve Mana Krishna Padara Vindayo. One must engage one's mind fully in Krishna. Only then will there remain no other engagements to agitate the mind. And then further in 635 Bhagavad Gita, it says, Lord Krishna said, O mighty armed son of Kunti, it is undoubtedly very difficult to curb the restless mind, but it is possible by suitable practice and detachment. So Prabhupada mentioned in the purport, Pareshanubhuti, spiritual satisfaction. So we understand even in our own experience that when we were children, we were playing with a toy car, and as we got older, then we driving the real car, so we put away the toy car. So when we have a higher taste and we put things in perspective, then we drop the lower taste. So when we engage in Krishna's service, we get spiritual satisfaction, and we can experience that just like when we are eating prasadam, when we're eating blessed food, then naturally we become satisfied. Someone else doesn't have to tell us that, you are satisfied. We can experience it directly. So by engaging in Krishna's service and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, then we can directly experience it. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to understand this. Just try it. The taste of the pudding is in the tasting. Just try it and then experience it, and we'll see. And in the purport, Prabhupada further says, by discharge of devotional service, one feels transcendental satisfaction as the mind becomes detached from material objectives. It is something like curing a disease by expert treatment and appropriate diet. So what is that expert treatment? Prabhupada has given us this morning program. So even if one doesn't live in a temple complex, and even if devotees are living outside or in their homes, they can have a late morning program if they wish, or they can get up at 4:30, do a morning program at home, and sing the Guru Vashtakam prayers, the prayers to the spiritual master, because he is the representative of the Lord, and by praying to him, he can give us that mercy which is transmitted in his heart from his spiritual master, and then it's going from Krishna, and then that disciplic succession, we are getting that benefit. And the appropriate diet is Krishna Prasadam, chanting the holy names of the Lord and following the 9 processes of bhakti. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Dasyam, Sakhyam. So all these 9 processes of devotional service. And Prabhupada says, hearing of the transcendental activities of Lord Krishna is the expert treatment for the mad mind. So even Prabhupada is saying the mind is mad. He understands that. He's empathizing with us that, yes, the mind is mad, but there is a way we can transcend it. And he says, and eating the foods offered to Krishna is the appropriate diet for the suffering patient. The treatment is the process of Krishna consciousness. So we may question it. We, as aspiring devotees, we are practicing, and we know our own heart and mind that what nonsense is going on there, and that we're not always in the mode of goodness. We are also covered over by the mode of ignorance and passion. So we can understand that, yes, we are following the process, but there's still problems come up. Why is that? So we shouldn't become despondent. Prabhupada mentions that in Srimad Bhagavatam 9:4, verses 18 to 20, and it's talking about Ambarish Maharaj. So when we read, Prabhupada has given us his books for us to read. And when we read the examples of these great personalities, we see that we're not the only ones. You know, the scriptures are relevant now as they were in the past. And we read of great personalities that even they fell down, great sages, they fell down and they were attracted to bisexual attraction. You know, there's the sage Vishwamitra. He was meditating for a long time, and it's not like in this age where the maximum lifespan of a human being is 100 years, because we, even in our own experience, we see that our grandparents or even our great-grandparents, they were healthy and they lived a long life. So in the old days, in the previous ages, they lived much longer, 10,000 years, 100,000 years, 1,000 years. So the maximum age in Kali Yuga is 100 years. So in those days, they meditated for a long time, hundreds of years, and even they fell victim to Maya, to the illusory energy of the Lord. So we shouldn't think that, oh, I'm following this process, I'm chanting, and it's not working, and feel ashamed and embarrassed. Yes, it's healthy to feel ashamed and embarrassed, but not to the point where we give up. We should always use that as a stepping stone that, I fell down. Just like a child, when a child is learning to walk and they fall down, they get many bruises, they start bleeding, and they get up and they try again. And the parents, the family members, the friends, they're not laughing at the child saying, oh, look, you fell down. No, they're encouraging the child, get up, you'll do. And eventually the child will start walking and eventually start running. So we are all here in this material world. We are in a hospital. So we all have disease. We have a disease, this material disease. And we all at different degrees of, we have different diseases and different degrees of seriousness of the disease. Just like in a hospital, someone may have a sickness and maybe cancer, and it's in the later stage, and someone can have it in the early stages, and some process is followed. So we are all in this hospital. We are all under the shower. We all dirty. Some person is less dirty than another, but we all in the hospital, and we are all following this process to get out of this cycle of birth, death, disease, and old age in this material world. And ultimately, we want to go back home, back to Krishna in the spiritual world. So this spiritual world is not like how some people think it's heaven. Heaven is in the material plane. So just like Prabhupada gives the example in Hawaii, it's like a heavenly planet. The weather is so perfect. It's neither too hot nor too cold. The fruits are growing everywhere. If someone doesn't want to work, they can just live off the fruits and live a life, go to the beach and enjoy. But even in living in a place like Hawaii or the Queen of England, she can live in a very opulent, be so rich, have good looks and everything, but eventually it's all going to be finished in the material world. We're all going to get old. We're all going to get sick. Even if we don't get too sick, we have money, we can get ourselves better. We're all going to get old and disease, and we're going to die and take birth again. So our goal, speaking for myself, I don't think I'm going to finish up in this lifetime, but how many ever lifetimes it takes, we want to be serious because we want to have less baggage in our next life so that we don't get sidetracked and distracted by all the sensory agents of Maya that are trying to take us away from Krishna. So Maya actually is not a bad person. Maya is actually a servant of the Lord, and she has the thankless task of keeping us fallen souls who are not wanting to follow the laws of the Lord to go back home, back to Krishna. Otherwise we'll create havoc and we'll create problems in the spiritual world. So her service is to keep us, if we are conditioned and we are of the lower consciousness, she's keeping us in the shackles. Prabhupada mentions there the shackles, in the old days they would shackle the prisoners and they would have a chain. So we are actually bound, and we are bound by our own mind. No one is our enemy. They may be the agents of our suffering. They may act as the person who's causing our suffering, but ultimately we are getting the reaction of our own suffering. So we all understand the law of karma, or here they say karma. So that is action and reaction. So whatever we do, we get an opposite and equal reaction. So we are only reaping the results of what we have sown, either in our previous lives, because we are carrying on our subtle body in this gross body that we currently have, or in this lifetime. We've done things even in previous time, some years back, or in our childhood, we've done things that we are getting the reaction from that. So our own mind is our worst enemy. There's a saying that our mind is our worst enemy, or it can be our best friend. So even if externally something bad is happening to us and someone is the agent of our karma, and even though something bad is happening, we should understand, and this is for ourselves. It's not that we go around looking at others, oh, this happened, they're suffering because they did that and they did this. Of course we understand it, but we don't verbalize it, because we are all here for our self-purifications. We all here for self-realization, number one. And if someone has the service of a teacher, like Srila Prabhupada and his disciples, then they can instruct and they can correct. And also in doing that, there is an art of doing that. Just like Lord Caitanya, when he was correcting the Digvijay Pandit, there was a scholar who traveled around all over and who was debating and conquering the scholars. And it was something that they did, I think even in China they did that, and maybe other parts of the world, maybe in Rome, like that. They debated in philosophy and they conquered. So Lord Caitanya, when he was debating, there was an audience, and his disciples, they started laughing at the Digvijay Pandit, the scholar, because he was defeated by Lord Caitanya. And this scholar was a great person. He had conquered many other scholars, and everyone would run away from him for fear of being defeated by him. But Lord Caitanya immediately stopped them, and in a private space, in confidence, he revealed to him his shortcomings, and he revealed that he needs to take shelter of Krishna. So it's not that we go around pointing fingers and saying, oh, this happened because of what you did in the past. Of course, we have a duty, and if someone is doing, in this case, there is one anomaly in the life of Brahma. He did that one incident where he was attracted to his daughter, and nothing happened eventually, but we can see how strong this sense attraction is. And we do need to speak up if there is a sexual abuse, or if someone is abused. We all need to speak up, but we need to understand my circle of influence and my circle of concern. So we go and report the incident to someone who can do something about it. And it's not that we are preoccupied with that our whole life, and always talking about it. Even amongst devotees, that is not our prime focus. Our prime focus is self-purification, and also to help others and to take as many other souls back home, back to Godhead, or even at least try to give Krishna to others, on whatever level we are on. We try to give what we have. Of course, we can only give what we have. In Bhagavatam it states, and Vaisheshika Prabhu, I often also listen he's one of my favorite devotees who I listen to as well. He says birds can fly as high as they can. So we all can fly, are compared to birds, so we can fly different heights. So it's not that we try to share a lofty idea. We try to share according to the realization we have, and we continue reading Srila Prabhupada's books, and then gradually our heart and mind becomes purified. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 9:4-18-20, it's showing the example of Amrish Maharaj, that he, in the translation it said that Maharaj Amrish, he was a great devotee of the Lord. And the pastime is that he was fasting for 1 year, and there was a great sage who came to his kingdom, and whenever a great personality comes, or even just anybody comes, we offer them a sitting place, we offer them a glass of water and foodstuffs. So Durvasa Muni came with his disciples, and this was a crucial point where, just like we fast for Ekadasi twice a month, we fast, and there's a time the next morning where we break our fast so we can reap the benefits of that fast. So this was a crucial point, and Amrish Maharaj, he didn't know what to do. So Durvasa Muni had gone and he went to take bath with his disciples. So then Amrish Maharaj, he also showed by his own example, he knew the answer, but he consulted with his ministers and the sages on what he should do. Then he finally decided that he'll take a sip of water, because that neither is offensive to the guest. He hasn't eaten, but he also has broken the fast. So in the translation, Prabhupada says, Maharaj Amrish always engaged his mind in meditating upon the lotus feet of Krishna, his words in describing the glories of the Lord, his hands in cleansing the Lord's temple, and his ears in hearing the words spoken by Krishna, or seeing the deity of Krishna, Krishna's temples and Krishna's places like Mathura and Vrindavan. He engaged his senses of touch in touching the bodies of the Lord's devotees, like how we hug the devotees. He engaged his senses of smell in smelling the fragrance of tulsi offered to the Lord, and he engaged his tongue in tasting the Lord's prasad. He engaged his legs in walking to the holy places and temples of the Lord, his head in bowing down before the Lord, and all his desires in serving the Lord 24 hours a day. Indeed, Maharaj Amrish never desired anything for his own sense gratification. He engaged all his senses in devotional service, in various engagements related to the Lord. This is the way to increase attachment for the Lord, and he completely frees from all material desires. So isn't it so encouraging to hear this verse? Because we are all doing that. We are all using our legs. We are here. We walk to the temple. We all have engaged in cleansing the temple. We have devotees on the roster who clean the temple, and even those who are not rostered in the morning, sometimes we have a chance before darshan, we sweep the temple room and we smell the flowers offered to the Lord. We are bowing down. We are using our head to bow down to the Lord. We are eating Krishna prasadam. So we are doing all these things, even though our mind comes up with all these thoughts that it's such an embarrassment for us, to even think that we're thinking such things. But we shouldn't become despondent, and we should keep practicing, keep doing this devotional service. It seems like it's so easy because it's so accessible to us. By Prabhupada's mercy, he has created these holy dhams. It's mentioned there that we see the temple of the Lord, we walk to the temple. So these places in the Western countries, Prabhupada has created this dham. Dham is a holy place, and New Govardhana is a holy place. So we are engaged in service in this holy place. By Prabhupada's mercy, he's created all these holy places all over the world, these preaching centers, the devotees of the Lord. We associate with devotees, and we need to be careful associating with devotees. So everyone is on a different level. So we need to associate with devotees, like-minded devotees, and devotees who are more progressed than us, so that we can try to also keep progressing on this path. This, like Bhakti Chara Swami says, this movement is the Krishna consciousness movement. Movement means we need to move. We're not static. So we need to keep progressing. Wherever we are in Krishna consciousness, we keep trying to increase the bar. Just like a weightlifter lifts the weights, he doesn't immediately start lifting the weights to a very heavy weight. He starts with small weights and then gradually increasing. In devotional life, it's not that we reach a satiation point. It's not like material world where we reach a satiation point. Spiritual life, it's always increasing and increasing. The bliss is always increasing. The service opportunities are always increasing. But we also need to be conscious of where we are. We were recently, Pete Prabhu had arranged his spiritual master, Mahatma Prabhu, to give a class on burnout. So we all need it here, especially living at New Govardhana. Devotees are engaged in many various services. And we are in an isolated part of the world. We're not near a city like other temples. They have many congregational devotees who help with the service. So we need to understand and be honest with ourselves that where I am in my devotional life. We need to be introspective. Sometimes we see on Facebook someone saying, oh, look what I'm doing, what service I'm doing, or where I am, and look, I got to be with this Swami or this great personality. Yes, that's fine. And we do that also to encourage others and so that they can take up devotional service. But we always need to be introspective that we're not getting caught up in this name, fame, and glory, because that is also a stumbling block. It's a byproduct of devotional service. Naturally, you become famous, people start glorifying you, appreciating your service. But we should always understand that we shouldn't become proud and puffed up that I am doing this service. Always understand that I am the product, as Kadamba Swami says, I am the product of the devotee's mercy. So whatever we have done or whatever we are doing, to whatever degree we have, it's all by the mercy of devotees. And we give that credit on to our teachers, our spiritual master, and then it goes back directly to Krishna. Just like every morning we sing Guru Puja, and Prabhupada established this even while he was living. And it's not that he was doing it for himself, oh, look at me, I'm a great person, they worshipping me. Or even his disciples, we have Vyasa Puja, their birthdays, that are special days, we honor them. So when we are honoring them, like my Guru Maharaj, when we sing Guru Puja to him, he's also singing it, because we understand that we are offering that praise, that glorification back to our spiritual master, understanding that I'm able to do what I'm doing. That's by the mercy of my spiritual master and the previous teachers. And then that spiritual master is passing it on to his spiritual master. And then it goes on up to the disciplic chain and then directly to Krishna. So we are in this descending process, and we are getting this knowledge descending directly from Krishna through his representatives. So I've been also listening online to this series of lectures by Romapad Swami. He's a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and he gives these japa workshops and these classes. And he was saying that, devotees ask, I'm always fighting with myself. He says, you're not fighting with yourself, it's your mind. You need to understand the mind is like a mad monkey, but we need to keep practicing this bhakti muscle, just like the weightlifters. So it's not that every day we are eating 3 times a day, most of us, and we are snacking. So it's just like I was talking to one mother, she comes, Lakshmana, she brings her baby and her daughter every morning for Mangalarati. She's so inspiring. So she was saying that her daughter is 4 years old, so she guides her daughter and she tells her. So she's showing by her personal example and also explaining, reasoning with her why we do what we're doing. When we come to the temple, it's not that we bow down, say Hari Bol and stand up. We are bowing down, we're saying the pranam prayers to our spiritual master, to Srila Prabhupada, and we are asking their blessings. It's not just a mechanical thing and then automatic pilot bow down. We need to always be conscious of what we are doing. This devotee in Auckland, Vimala Mataji, a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, he said, we should first become conscious, then we can become Krishna conscious. If we are not conscious of what we are doing, we are on automatic pilot, we can say, okay, we got trained, but then Prabhupada wanted us to be independently thoughtful. So if we're thinking, we got trained, but we are blindly following and not consciously thinking, that doesn't make sense. So we ask in humility, like the verse in Bhagavad Gita, Tad vidi pranipatena pariprashanena sevayam. So we inquire submissively. It's not that we just keep quiet. Humility doesn't mean we become a doormat. We inquire submissively and we understand, and through understanding we practice, not just blindly practice. Yes, the process is there, it's perfect, but we need to also use our intelligence and be conscious of what we're doing. So we need to exercise this bhakti muscle and not become despondent and not go away and think, my heart is so dirty. We are all there, and it may not manifest externally, but we know our own mind and our own heart, what filth is there. So just keep practicing, keep going, and we can make progress. So even great personalities like Lord Brahma, it's shown in this example that even he can fall down. But we also have the example of a great personality like Haridas Thakur, who was born in a Muslim family, and Maya Devi herself, the personification of the agent of the illusory energy. She is the representative of Krishna's illusory energy. She herself came, beautiful body, big breasts, she's swaying her hips, coming to Haridas Thakur, but he was not at all wavering, didn't even blink an eye looking at her. He continued chanting. So even a person of his caliber, he purified even Maya Devi, and she became his disciple, and she started chanting. So we're not on that platform of Haridas Thakur, but wherever we are at, we keep practicing devotional life, keep progressing, and help each other as much as we can, help others, go on Harinam if we can, speak about Krishna to others with the devotees, not get sidetracked by what's happening, even within our movement, even within the Christian religion, there has been child abuse and things like that. So these things are going on in the material world. Everything's going on, but just keep the focus. Like the devotees say, keep the main thing, and the main thing is Krishna consciousness, keeping Krishna in the center and chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So I'll end there. If anyone has any questions, comments, corrections, or any reflections they would like to share.
Hare Krishna. Vaisnavi Mataji, thank you for the class. You mentioned like with sexual attraction between a man and a woman, and also same-sex attraction as well. In terms of the path, I mean, essentially you kind of answered it with keeping the main thing. But for people that may have same-sex attraction and coming into Krishna consciousness, can ashrams provide or create difficulty there because there's a sort of segregation of the sexes and perhaps they're being grouped with the same sex that they're attracted to? Yeah. So can you give any advice on how someone would navigate that within the movement?
I can try with the small understanding I have. Of course, it will be very much more difficult because they're not segregated. They may be in an ashram or they're associating with men and they're attracted to the men, or a lady, she may be attracted. So it's not that we bar, there's no bar for anyone, even animals, we hear examples in Bhagavatam. So in the case of a person who's attracted to the same sex, it is more difficult. But Prabhupada also says that just take help from the devotees. I remember a few years ago, there was one Swami who fell down, and my Guru Maharaj was visiting in Auckland, and he was saying that that devotee fell down because he didn't have even though it was, of the opposite sex, but the same principle applies. He was saying that we all need to find at least one person that we can reveal our mind in confidence, and we know that person is not going to go put it on social media and go talk to someone and say, oh, you know what happened? So we also need to use our own intelligence. We all know who we can confide in. So every one of us, even if we don't have we may be introvert, but have at least one person in your life who you know is your well-wisher, and you're willing to listen to that person. You're willing to tell of your shortcomings. It's very humbling for us. We know our own experience, very humbling to reveal our own shortcomings, because no one wants to do that. But we need to be humble enough to admit that I'm having difficulty in this area, at least with one person, and take their instructions, take their guidance. They may also not be also maybe on a very high platform, but they are well-wisher, and they keeping Krishna the main thing, Krishna in the center, so they can guide us. Oh, maybe this verse, or I heard this Swami or this devotee say that, or they had the same problem. Prabhupada gave the example of this person. So like Bhakti Tirtha Swami, he was very, modern and forward-thinking in his times, and he also addressed these things. So I don't know so much about it. I haven't read so much about it, but I'm sure he's guided devotees in that. Of course, it is more difficult, but you have someone, a friend who he can confide in confidence and talk about that. And it's not that we, even within the opposite sex, it's not that we engage in it, and married life is there for the opposite sex. And I know of one devotee who lives with the partner, and they are following. So we don't know what goes on in the house, but the essence is that for companionship they're there, and they're not engaging in any illicit activity, because it is illicit. So, and we understand the human nature, so they also want companionship, just like we have experience even when there's attraction for the opposite sex. So they may not engage in sexual activity, but that companionship is there, helping each other in Krishna consciousness, like that. So hopefully that helps. Thank you. So if there's nothing else, then we'll end there. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki jai.
Rajayo